Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today. As usual, man, you guys know the deal on this channel. We must continue to set the record straight. Stop the lies. Stop the narratives. Stop them from rewriting the history. And in this video, I want to talk about Jason Kidd real briefly, man. And I feel like he deserves a lot of credit, man, for the Kyrie Irving resurgence. You know, Kyrie Irving's been getting a lot of love, man, over the last several weeks, man, because of the Dallas Mavericks and their run to the NBA Finals. And, you know, Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic have been spectacular, man. And like I said, Kyrie Irving's getting a lot of love lately, man. And I think that Jason Kidd deserves a lot of credit for this Kyrie Irving resurgence, man. And we're going to talk about in this video, man. I want to thank you guys, too, man. Like I said, I always want to thank you guys, everyone across the world. Everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, I'll always thank you guys in the videos because you guys matter, man. And these videos, my channel is nothing without all the true basketball fans supporting me, man. So thank you, guys. You humble me, and you continue to humble me with all the kind words, the comments, everything, guys. Thank you. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I just wanted to do a brief video on Jason Kidd, man, and I feel like, you know, he deserves some credit, man, for the coaching job that he's done with the Dallas Mavericks, and like I said, with the resurgence of a Kyrie Irving, man, because I've told you guys on this channel many times, you guys know, I had a problem with Kyrie Irving, man, and once again, Kyrie Irving, to me, still has to, you know, prove himself, and he has been proving himself, like I said, as a leader. That's my problem with Kyrie Irving, was as a leader and as a grown man. I did not believe he was a grown man, and I didn't believe he was a real leader, right? I felt like he didn't take accountability. He never really took the ownership. And to me, like I said, Kyrie Irving just didn't come across as a guy that, like I said, I feel like sometimes he thought that he was smarter than everybody else with some of the things that he said. And, you know, one of the examples that bothered me, or one of the instances that bothered me, like I said, of Kyrie Irving showing that he thinks he's smarter than everybody else, is the way it went down in Brooklyn with Steve Nash. Steve Nash was the coach of the Brooklyn Nets. We all know that. And he didn't last long, Steve Nash, there. And I'm not saying that Steve Nash is an all-world coach. Steve Nash had no experience. We get all of that. But I do not feel that Kyrie Irving respected Steve Nash. We heard the rumors that Kyrie Irving called out Steve Nash's MVP awards to his face and said that he needed to give those MVPs to Kobe Bryant or something like that. He had said, disrespecting Steve Nash. Now, listen, Steve Nash is a Hall of Famer, multiple-time MVP winner. Steve Nash, one of the all-time great assists, man, one of the all-time great point guards, man. The guy could shoot. He was a great floor general, Steve Nash. And Kyrie Irving didn't really have any respect for Steve Nash, and he should have. And I had a problem with that, man, because once again, Steve Nash earned his career. He earned his reputation. The man went out there and gave it the effort. We all know about the image with Steve Nash with the bloody nose, right? When Robert Horry checked him into the scores table. Steve Nash didn't come out the game. He stayed in the game and he played through, man. Steve Nash had some grit, man. He had heart. But Kyrie Irving didn't really respect Steve Nash. He did not respect his career or his game. And he didn't really think that Steve Nash deserved those MVPs. So once again, guys like Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Hardens, they sabotaged Steve Nash before he could even get off on his feet and get moving. And once again, where's Steve Nash been ever since? So when we talk about that aspect, and then we think about now Jason Kidd, to me, Kyrie Irving seems to respect Jason Kidd more as a player, a former player. Now, to me, Jason Kidd was a greater player than a Steve Nash. Jason Kidd never won an MVP. But anyone who knows the game of basketball that watched Steve Nash and Jason Kidd play, I don't think you can really argue that Steve Nash was greater than Jason Kidd. To me, Jason Kidd was just a greater overall player, right? Jason Kidd led a New Jersey Nets team to back-to-back NBA Finals appearances. Now, once again, we know Steve Nash was playing in a very competitive Western Conference. But the players that Jason Kidd had on his team, he wasn't playing on a stacked team that made it easy for him to go to the NBA Finals every year in the East. Jason Kidd was the difference on that team. It was his leadership, his on-court play that led the Nets to those finals. Jason Kidd's defense, his rebounding ability, his passing ability. Like I said, just being a floor general, just being a leader, playing with the hustle, the grit, right? Jason Kidd had great stamina. He could be on the court for a long period of time and not really be tired. So I feel like Kyrie Irving has more respect for Jason Kidd. That's the way it seems to me. And Jason Kidd deserves a lot of credit for the Kyrie Irving resurgence, for getting the Dallas Mavericks into the NBA Finals, man. Because we all know that Jason Kidd was being railroaded as a coach. We all remember him on the Milwaukee Bucks. A lot of people forget he was coaching the Milwaukee Bucks before they went to the NBA Finals. If I remember, it was like 2017 or 18, maybe. He was the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. I can't remember exactly. But they got rid of Jason Kidd in Milwaukee. For whatever the reasons, guys were crying and complaining about Jason Kidd over there. Maybe he was too hard on them. Whatever the case may be, Jason Kidd was an old school type of player, man. So for me, Jason Kidd definitely deserves some credit for the Dallas Mavericks. You know, really no one's mentioned Jason Kidd's name. You don't hear Jason Kidd's name mentioned, right? You don't hear they talking about Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, and rightfully so. They're the stars of the team. They should get all the attention. But Jason Kidd deserves some mention. And he, like I say, he deserves some credit for the Kyrie Irving resurgence, for everything that's going on with the Dallas Mavericks, for getting Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic to mesh together on the same page, keeping the Dallas Mavericks role players engaged. Like I said, leading them on the bench, man. So I just wanted to do a brief video. Like I said, I always liked Jason Kidd's game. He was one of my favorite players in the 2000s. Like I said, I always just liked him, man. The way he played, the overall game of Jason Kidd, the hustle of him. So, like I said, I wanted to do a quick video and shout him out for the job that he's done on the Dallas Mavericks, man. Jason Kidd has done a quality coaching job in Dallas. In Dallas. So, shout out to Jason Kidd, man. Like I said, you know, a lot of other coaches get mentioned. You know, they talk about the Rick Carlisles, right? They talk about Tom Thibodeau. They talk about some of the other coaches. What's this guy's name? They talked about Ime Udoka. He was getting his love. The guy Mazzulla, Joe Mazzulla, whatever his name is for the Celtics. Everyone else gets credit. They all get mentioned. No one mentions Jason's Kidd. Jason's Kidd. He never gets mentioned. So shout out to Jason Kidd. Like I said, he's done an excellent job there in Dallas. Whether they win the championship or not is irrelevant. The fact that they went to the NBA Finals this season, the fact that he's gotten Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic to play so well together, right? Where there's no animosity on the court. These guys are feeding off each other. Like I said, and all the role players around these guys, right? They're allowed to play their roles. They have that confidence. They have that belief. And Jason Kidd's one of the reasons why they feel that way. So shout out to him, man. Once again, like I said, for the coaching job he's done this year with the Dallas Mavericks. He doesn't get mentioned many times. And I felt like I said, Jason Kidd had a lot to do with Kyrie Irving. The respect that Kyrie Irving has for Jason Kidd. I don't know if they know each other personally off the court, but there seems to be a mutual respect there between Kyrie Irving and Jason Kidd, which allows you to coach. These guys have to respect you. And that's the problem I have with Kyrie Irving on Brooklyn. He didn't seem to respect Steve Nash, and I don't know why. Steve Nash should have earned that respect. He's a respected NBA player, Steve Nash. He's an all-time great. So I don't know, and that was part of the reason why I told you guys I did not like Kyrie Irving. I did not respect him as a grown man, as a true leader, because he crapped on Steve Nash. And I'm glad that, like I said, this is working out with Jason Kidd, because Jason Kidd, like I said, is an all-time great, and he earned that respect. He deserves the respect. Not the way that he was treated in Milwaukee when they got rid of him and guys were complaining and crying that Jason Kidd was being too hard on them. These sensitive clowns, man. So shout out to Jason Kidd, man. The job he's done over there, man. Like I said, one of my favorite players, and I'm glad that things are working out in Dallas for him. And Kyrie Irving, you know, he really owes a lot of this to Jason Kidd. So you guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.